Welcome to another episode of Professional Couch Coaches with Doc and Mike. It is your girl Doc here with my brother from another mother, Mike. We're about to give y'all the quickest version of Professional Couch Coaches so thus far. We're trying to do our shows in less than 30 minutes. Mike is very long-winded, but we're hoping tonight. We're hoping tonight. He's like, no, you're the long-winded one. We're hoping tonight that we can do this show in 30 minutes. So, Mike, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I keep forgetting sometimes that we have audio only fans, and I'll be making faces.
Yep.
Sorry,
He
couchers.
he just made a face. But all right, Mike, we're gonna get right into it.
Let's do it.
And first we're gonna start. We've been starting our shows with a little bit of sports news that has been happening.
Yep.
Hold on, it's going too fast. Let me slow it down. All right, first up, the WNBA finals is actually playing tonight. Don't ask me why the WNBA keeps scheduling games on Thursday and Sunday, but they're hurting their viewership.
Yeah.
But
yes, because I'm be honest, I haven't seen not one playoff game.
Yeah, and it's going really, really quick. They play like a lot of best of 3 series. Like they're very quick series. They're not like lengthy like the NBA series are. And they're picking the weirdest nights to play freaking basketball. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish.
Breaking news. We just had our first NFL kickoff return just now.
Really?
With the new kickoff system. Yeah. We had our first kickoff return just now from Seattle. I don't know the young fella's name, number one. I don't know his name, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A little breaking news while we're in our news. Yeah, I mean, the Lynx are playing the Liberty. I checked the score a little bit. When I checked the score, Liberty were up. I honestly think Liberty will win the WNBA championship because they have been rolling all year. But hopefully the Lynx will put up a good little fight. So
yeah, old girl right there that you got on she's a baller.
Yeah, both of them are. Sabrina and Safisa. Safisa is who you were trying to name the other day.
Yeah. Safisa. Yes, her name. For how you said it.
Yeah. All right.
Her.
Okay. See there we go. All right. Jets fire their coach. We are only in week 6 of the NFL season, and the Jets have let go of their coach. What are your thoughts on them firing their coach in week 5?
In week 6.
Yeah.
Week 5, I'm sorry. Well, reports have said that the owner, ambassador, the great ambassador, came down after that Vikings game and said, this is a must-win game for y'all. And I guess Robert didn't take it as must-win, like, y'all gonna fire me must-win, but like, like a motivational must-win. Yeah, I think there was, I think he meant something clearly different. So, yeah. All right, Rob,
He meant win or you gonna be unemployed. And he took it as he took it as win because we're still early in the season and we need to start making a good push with our team. That's how he took
it. And they're still playing for first place on Monday.
Yeah. He didn't take it as that. Yeah.
How you still got first place implications on your division and you get fired?
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't take it as this might be the end of my tenure in New York.
Yeah.
Well, we wish Coach Saleh all the best as he finds his new endeavors. People are thinking that this is an Aaron Rodgers push, that he didn't like him, and this is why we get the results of this.
And Aaron stated that he had nothing to do with this. Him and Rob actually have a great relationship. Um, he didn't see this coming. So Aaron said, he's heard all of the speculation. So he doesn't want he don't want to be, people to think that he's the reason for this.
But but
Report from the Pat McAfee show.
do you believe that?
He sounded sincere.
Oh,
And
look at you.
but you've heard Aaron Rodgers talk before. And he
Yeah.
always got like this kind of condescending tone, even when, when he says anything about anything, his tone was really different. So, I mean, it sounds believable.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how they
Yeah,
move forward.
we'll see.
I picked the Jets to win their division. So
You did.
I'm hoping they make a little turn. But I don't know. It's been tough sledding thus far.
Yeah,
They look
it's been
bad.
rough. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, they don't even look like a good team that's just losing. They just look like they losing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, I know our offense is pedestrian, but the Jets offense
Hmm.
is good. God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. They look like Kenny Pickett years with Steelers.
Can't get nothing going.
Yeah.
So
What we got?
the Eagles released Devin White. I thought this was
Mm,
interesting because Devin White was a Pro Bowler just a few years ago. Um, he
he hasn't
was
been
a
good since he won the Super Bowl.
well, he has been released. He hadn't played
Hmm.
a season. He hadn't played all season with the Eagles, and this was they just picked him up this off season, and he
Yep.
hasn't played. Do you think he still has anything left in the tank?
I think he could be a good rotational player. He's not the every down linebacker that was seen that he could be when he was drafted in the first round 5-6 years ago.
Devin White went to LSU, right?
Did he? I think so. Did he?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
I always
question.
yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Devin White is out there on the market. Not sure if the Steelers are looking for a
No, we don't need a middle linebacker. We need an edge rusher.
all righty. Well,
Mhm.
no need for him to look for the black and yellow. He'll just stay unemployed for a little while. Somebody will pick him up though.
Somebody. Need the Cowboys.
They need a bunch of stuff. So you probably right. I mean, hey, why not? I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, they still winning without whatever all this bunch of stuff.
yeah, you're
But
right.
we ain't gonna talk about that right now.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm about to change the way this looks so we can see this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. It went back to the let's get it back. Let's get it back. Gotta pause it. There we go. Can you see this? Browns have no way out from Deshaun Watson. This was a
Nope.
big topic of discussion all week
You remember
with
when
the
I texted you this early in the week
yeah,
after they lost?
yeah. Before everybody else started talking about it, you did text me and you
Yes.
said, should the Browns bench Deshaun Watson?
Yep.
I have a lot of thoughts on this, but I'm going to sum it up to no, because they're in our division and I want them to keep playing as terrible as possible. This is
Uh-huh.
purely selfish reasons
Sounds
that
very selfish.
yes, that I say let him find his stride.
Right.
Continue to play exactly how you playing. I
Hmm.
hope they don't here's the thing though. And this is what they were saying. Like they bench him. They still owe him so much money.
Yes.
And and contractually they're going to still have to pay him so much money for years to come.
This is why the Browns is a bad organization. This is why
Yep.
they stay just making just like the most irrational decisions. Like you gave up all these picks for him. You
Mm-hmm.
made him the highest paid quarterback at the time with the most guaranteed money, and that's where you handicapped yourself. You
Yep.
you 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 gave him $250 million guaranteed. You guaranteed his whole contract, and now you stuck. Because if you get any type of bad play from this quarterback, I mean, you stuck. You're
Yeah.
stuck, and you gave up so much draft capital, so much,
The
and
Texans,
the
the,
Texans turned it into C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson,
yeah, they rebuilt their team off the back of the
and then beat you,
Browns
and then they beat them in the playoffs.
and then beat them in the playoffs. Yes. Sweet, sweet poetry. When I say karma be coming around, she be coming around.
And then Deshaun
Because,
wasn't even, and that was Joe Flacco.
yep, because he was hurt. When I look, I think this was when they first made the move. I never thought Deshaun was like a bad quarterback. However, I never thought he was worth that much money.
No, he wasn't a top five quarterback, even then when he was with the Texans and he was great.
Right.
He was still like, oh yeah, Deshaun's good. But he wasn't like, oh yeah, he's scary. Because even when
Right.
he was with the Texans and one of our teams will play the Texans, we'd be like, ah, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's Deshaun. I mean, he can throw the ball, but he ain't scary.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So um as pundits keep talking about should they bench Deshaun, other people are saying, hey, look, there's no point to benching him because you basically have put yourself in a really, really tough position financially and as an organization. So it would be no point. It would be no point in benching him because you've already done the damage. You can't trade. You can't trade him.
Ain't nobody picking that contract up.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Not even
you're
not even the Raiders.
right. You're just stuck with him.
Yeah.
So he might as well ride it out. You put yourself in this position, and this is, I think, a lesson for boys and girls, all our couchers out there. The Browns were terrible at one point.
Mm-hmm.
They drafted Baker Mayfield. He gave them a little bit of life, a
And
little bit of pulse,
they became
and
relevant.
they became relevant again.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, so relevant, people were picking them to win a Super Bowl like back to back years
Mm-hmm.
because they had so much talent. And they couldn't just accept that maybe just being good was enough.
Mm-hmm.
They had to reach out there because they felt like they could touch greatness. This is a lesson. Like, leave well enough alone sometimes. You
Yeah.
don't know what Baker could have become if you would have just rolled with him and let him go through growing pains and stick with him. He got you to the playoffs. You hadn't been in the playoffs since had good knees. You just like this is what happens when you do too much. And I hope they continue to reap everything that they have sown.
And
So,
they almost beat the Chiefs that year that they went to the playoffs.
yep. And that wasn't good enough though.
Yeah. And
That
and
one,
they went to the playoffs last year, but it wasn't because of Deshaun Watson. It was because of Joe Flacco.
it was because of old man Joe, which
Yeah.
proves that they are a quarterback away from actually being a pretty good team.
We should have
And
let them know they should have tried to draft one maybe last year. Well, I don't
yeah,
think they had a good enough draft pick, but whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Whatever.
they'll figure it out or
Yeah,
not.
they
Hey,
will. Yeah, whatever.
so we are gonna do a recap of our yeah. Look at that. We're gonna do it. Look at that score. You
I
asked
see
for
it.
the
I see
scoreboard.
it. It look good. I like it though.
Okay, okay.
That look good. You
Uh,
getting your Canva game up.
hey, I'm
Yeah, I
trying.
ain't even
I'm
on
trying.
there.
You stupid. You won. You won. It's just never mind. I'll show you.
Yeah. Okay.
So, excuse me. So, Bucks and Falcons played last Thursday. We both picked the Bucks. They lost. They lost
Mm.
to the Falcons, so neither one of us got points. You went against the grain and picked the Bengals, which you
Which
should.
wasn't a bad pick.
It wasn't a bad pick. It turned out to
Right.
be a very good game. I
Right.
honestly didn't think it would be that good of a game. Um, I think I'm more defensive minded. When they be saying, "Oh yeah, this is a great game," and the score is like 45-42, I'd be like, "Y'all defenses are trash."
Yeah,
That's
both of
like,
y'all. But that was a
yeah,
bad game from both
that
teams.
was terrible to me.
Yeah.
Lamar and Joe Burrow look great,
That's
but
because we're used to games that be like 17-20, and we be like, yo, that
that
was a
was
good game.
epic.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I want to see from my
Yeah.
games from now on. I want the Ravens to win by 7 or 14, but I don't want the other team to score more than 10. That's what I want to happen. So the Ravens won, Bills versus Texans. You picked the Bills, I picked the Texans.
Which wasn't a bad pick.
It wasn't. That's why
The
I was,
the Texans won by what, a field goal
they did at
in
the
the
last
last
minute.
second? Well,
Yep.
50 a 58 yard a 58-yard field goal. Matter of fact, real quick, did you see that last possession the Bills had and they threw the ball 3 times from like their own 3-yard line?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
what?
they
Run the
believe
ball.
in
Go to overtime.
they believe in Josh.
Go to overtime though.
Mm-mm.
Burn their timeouts. What are we doing? Because if you don't convert and you punt from the 3, you gonna punt it to what, the 40-yard line? Yeah, they're gonna be in field
Yep.
goal range.
Yep. All they need to do is make like one conversion.
Yeah, Mike
Mm-hmm.
Tomlin would have never.
John Harbaugh would have. So because he is nuts. But um Steelers versus Cowboys. I
uh,
picked the Cowboy. I'm gonna let you talk about that in a second.
uh,
Um Cardinals versus 49ers. Neither one of us got points because you picked the Cardinals. I mean, we both picked the 49ers. I apologize. We both picked the 49ers. Saints versus Chiefs. We both got a point for this game.
mhm,
However, I won on points because you picked the Saints under
under.
5.5.
Yeah,
Yeah. And they went over 5.5
the
and
Chiefs. What the Chiefs win by? 10.
okay. I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
So that is our
which
game
wasn't it
five.
wasn't a bad game though either. That wasn't a bad game.
No, I mean, I think the Saints could have been all
They
right if
should have won
they had a
if they
better
were.
quarterback.
And he got hurt, didn't he?
He did. Now they about to bring in old Spencer Rattler, baby.
Yeah,
They
you
about
think
to,
so?
yeah, that's who gonna start.
Oh, I thought that was gonna start Taysom Hill,
He
the
hurt.
t- the tight end.
Nah, he hurt too. So, what are your thoughts on your Steelers?
I know. I'll tell the couchers. I know we was keeping it under wraps, but so I have proposed the idea to you to do knee jerk reactions after the game. I didn't do it one couches because it was 1 o'clock in the morning and I had to get up and go to work the next day. Now I felt stupid for even staying up watching that game.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't do my knee jerk reactions, and we was gonna have it here for you so you can watch it. But so I don't have knee jerk reactions. I got after I've processed it and got over it reactions. Um, that was just. I feel like it was more so coaching. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that game was more so coaching. Like that was just bad coaching. Um, Justin didn't look great, but I don't think anything that he did was his fault. The O line is trash. Um, Najee can't find a hole to save his life. George Pickens is out here loafing on his routes. I don't know what he got going on. He's turned into AB, and he ain't even got his paycheck yet. At least
Yeah.
AB waited to get paid before he went nuts. George out
Eh,
here acting like he's already an all pro.
Yeah, and AB was certified at that point. He
Yeah,
was like
and
the
like
top
real
receiver in
certified.
the
He was like the number one receiver. Like,
yeah, in the
yeah,
NFL.
like 3 years in a row of 100 catches. So
Yeah.
like, um, yeah, I don't know. I think we if it's definitely shows that we need another receiver. Um, that game. I don't think putting Russell in would have changed anything about that game. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you let you see something different, I don't think Russell would have changed anything about that game.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think having Fields in was probably our best shot because at least he ran the ball when Najee couldn't. Um, but I just think it's a lot of things that they need to clean up, even defensively. I mean, we forced 3 turnovers, but we still let them walk up and down the field.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but that's my reaction. I don't think the Steelers are a bad team, you know, and I don't think nobody else does either. I just think people have high expectations, which are rightfully so. Um, especially because it's not a bad team, but I just think the expectations just aren't being met right now. So I think that's what makes it frustrating. Um, so I think that's what it is, and especially when you go into a game and the Cowboys only have Dak and
Hmm.
CD Lamb, no defense, and you can't do anything. But
Yeah.
like I said, I think that's more so coaching. You know,
Right.
I think coaching should have been more. I think that's the blame. You know, and I ain't gonna write Arthur Smith off yet, but it ain't looking good, Art. So
You think y'all wouldn't fire him in the middle of the season, would you?
like we did Matt Canada,
Yeah.
I don't think not Arthur Smith though. I think Arthur Smith a little bit more proven. You know what I'm saying? I think he's proven to the point to where it's like we're gonna let you figure it out. Type of you've done this. You've been certified in the league for years. You even became a head coach, so we know what you're doing. Just figure it out. You
Yeah.
know, man, Canada had 2 years and he still, but I
Couldn't.
mean, couldn't. But then again, hindsight's 2020. Was it Matt Canada or was it Kenny Pickett?
Exactly. I mean, you
You
got
know
rid
what
of
I'm
both of
saying?
them.
It's like
So,
but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So you know, but
yeah.
hey, but Matt Canada was terrible though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we're going to transition to our week 6 picks, but for everyone listening or watching, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Professional Couch Coaches.
hit that
We appreciate
notification bell.
hit so you'll know every Friday we will be dropping episodes. So for all of our listeners, oh, let me get out of here.
And y'all
All right.
leave comments. Comment,
Yes.
please, people.
Please
We
comment.
we interact with y'all. Comment,
Yeah.
people. We
Yes.
see y'all be looking. We see y'all
That's
be
right.
watching the show. Leave some comments.
All right, so you gonna have to go on pull out your little smartphone because
I
I
got
need
it. I
you.
got it up already.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah. Do you ain't had
Because
nothing
we,
to say about the Ravens game?
um, I don't think the defense is as bad as they played. Um,
No.
I think um some of it is execution. It wasn't scheme. I think
Yeah.
Zach Orr schemed it up well. It's just players gotta be disciplined. And they kind of opened the floodgates. They let Joe Burrow pretty much just pass up and down the. But I think as the season goes on, the defense will strengthen. Nobody's going to run on us. So that's helpful. Now, if
Yeah.
we could just stop people from passing for high numbers, that'd be good. But
They're gonna still
um,
try though.
yeah, I mean, as they should.
Yeah.
Uh, but Lamar looked great. Uh, I said on Twitter, Steve Bisciotti, the owner of the Ravens, should just give Lamar like 1% of the team because for what he's doing, it ain't. I mean, they ain't pay him enough. If we being honest, that who else would have been able in that type of environment? Maybe Patrick Mahomes. Come back, you down 10. Your defense is just like olaying. Go ahead, right into the damn end zone, and you got to go touchdown for touchdown with somebody. Only him. I mean, but anyway,
Lamar, Patrick Mahomes. It's a few others that could,
I don't know. I don't. I
depending on who
don't.
they got. If Matthew Stafford got all his weapons, I see he could be one.
Yeah. I mean, he did. He did great.
Yeah.
So,
No. And I told
Uh,
and what I text you that boy ridiculous.
he is
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so those are my thoughts on the Ravens game. The
Oh,
defense is trash. That's where I'm at. Just
y'all not
hopefully
trash.
they brought in. You remember Dean Pease?
Yeah.
They brought Dean Pease in to be a advisor to Zach Orr.
Zach Orr
So,
needs an advisor.
well, yeah. I mean, Zach Orr is like Zach Orr younger than you, Mike.
I know.
He's
That-
32.
which makes me mad because I'm like I could have been a coach.
You could have. And you know what I would have done if you were an NFL coach?
Ask me for game tickets.
And carried your bags to where yes, sir. All right, Mr. Lang. I got you there.
Take my
All right.
notes, woman.
Yeah, yep. I'll be like, I got your laptop, sir. Where you want your iPad? I sure would be your personal assistant looking foolish doing
As you talking junk, why you call
yep.
that defense?
Right. Like this N-word don't know what he doing.
Stupid.
Good job. Keep it up. He don't know what he doing. Good
Stupidest
Lord.
call I ever made.
Right. They'll
I
get
knew they were
ran
throwing
all
the ball.
over. Right. You don't see that? How he getting paid? Yep. Talking mad shit.
Right.
But games for this week. 49ers versus Seahawks are playing right now. You picked the Seahawks, I picked the 49ers, only because this is a divisional game and you just never know.
Right.
I do think the Seahawks, they got Mike McDonald, but as their coach, I do think their defense has been doing well. I do not and will never believe in Geno Smith, but
I know.
but I do believe that the 49ers are an overall better team. And since they lost last week, I don't think they want to take another back-to-back L. Although they are hurting. They have a lot of people out, but
Yeah. They just lost their running back tonight too.
yeah.
Mason.
So yeah.
So now they're down to their third running back.
Yeah. So because CMC is somewhere in Lithuania trying to get a scope on his Achilles. Um Ravens versus Commanders. I picked the Ravens because I'm not betting against them no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Um I think it'll be a good game.
It will.
Um I'm not taking the Commanders lightly, although probably a year or two ago I would have laughed at seeing them on our schedule. But I like Jaden Daniels coming out of the draft. They keep calling him Lamar 2.0. I think they need to pump their brakes. But on that part, he has been playing decently. But until if he can get the Commanders to win their division, I will believe he has a good opportunity for a good career. But
Yeah. I mean, you was high on him coming out the draft, and he's been playing really, really well.
yeah.
Really well.
What's the points is 6.5.
Oh,
I
I
know
forgot. Since we both picked them, I started looking at the what time y'all play?
one. We play at one. We're a 1 o'clock game playing at M&T in Baltimore. They call it the Battle of the Beltway because,
All right, so they
DC
got y'all
is
winning
right down the
by
street.
6.5. It's 6.5 point spread.
I'm gonna take that.
You think y'all gonna win by a touchdown?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So what's the
The total is 51.5.
I'm gonna say no.
You don't think it's gonna be that high scoring?
What's that, 25 per game per team?
Yeah, about 25, 27. So 27 to 25.
I'm gonna say no.
Think it'll be lower than that?
Yeah.
Ah,
You think so too?
no. I think it'll be high. Yeah, I'm gonna say over. I'm gonna go
50
over 51.5.
over, Mike. Okay. All right. Lions versus Cowboys. We both got the Lions for obvious reasons. They're a
Cow-
better team.
Cowboys shouldn't have won last week.
No, it was close though. I knew that would be close. But anyway, Lions, what's the points?
The spread is the Detroit by 3.
Oh, over.
Yeah. The total is 52.5.
Over.
That you say over, I say under.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna get that high.
We got the Steelers and the Raiders. All right, Mike, where were we at? Steelers versus Raiders.
Yep.
Steelers race week 6. We both picked the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's
Steelers
because
-3.
okay. So y'all the favorites.
Yeah.
Um,
Steelers win by 3.
I'm gonna say over.
Yeah, me too. Now
What's
this
the
is where it gets interesting. The total is 36.5. That's
what's
like
that? 18
14 to
apiece.
17.
Yeah. I'm gonna say under.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'll go over
Do
just
you
to
think
not
it
complicate it. Yeah, I'll say over.
36 and a half?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough though.
Might not be.
I see. Well, because I see even if we get 21, I don't know if the Raiders gonna score 10.
I think
Even
they
if they
will.
score 10, even if they score, well, if they score 14, we'll be fine. Then I'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bengals versus Giants. I know this is gonna be lofty. I'm gonna pick the Giants.
Not a bad pick. Didn't they beat Seattle just
They
recently?
did. They
Yeah.
just beat Seattle. Um, I do not think the Giants are a good team. So don't get me wrong in me picking them.
Yeah.
I just got a feeling that the Bengals are gonna go 1-5.
On Sunday night, that's a terrible Sunday night game.
It is.
That's terrible. They should flex that. I know they can't flex any games until like week 14.
Is it week 14? I text you that. I said, well, they feel what game, what week is our game? The
Week
first one. Because
uh
I hope they don't flex our game. I pray to God they don't flex our game.
week 11. I
Okay.
mean, ugh, if they who was that game Sunday? It's the Jets and Willette.
What's the Sunday night game?
The Jets and the Colts.
Mm.
We can't flex because if we flex, then what we going? We already got the flights.
that's what I. That's why I said I'm trying to fly out at 7 that night,
Right.
and we only got the hotel for one night.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
What we gonna be
leave
catching
after
red eyes?
we gonna be sleeping at the damn Pittsburgh airport. That's what's gonna happen, and pray we can get on the next flight.
Yo,
That's why I
I hope
said
they don't flex that game.
I pray to God they don't flex our game. I not this time.
Yeah,
I pray to God they don't. I hope
because
it's something
even
more.
when they flexed our last game, what was that on New Year's? We kind of
Mm-hmm.
figured that was gonna happen, but they got to let the teams know early. But either way, that don't help us.
No, because the last time they might have said it,
On a Wednesday.
yeah, like 3 or 4 days before the
Yeah,
actual game,
like on a Wednesday.
and I had to change my flight then.
Yeah,
Mike, I ain't trying to be in Pittsburgh at midnight. I'm trying to be home by that time, or at
yeah,
least close to
yeah. I don't blame
Texas.
me. Yeah, I'm with you on that. In the
So
bed because I didn't take
yeah,
off on Monday.
me neither. So I hope they don't flex. I pray to God they don't flex it. But
Yeah.
um Bills versus Jets. That's the Monday night game.
Oh dang, I need to go back. What week we at? 6.
Yeah.
All right.
Bills versus Jets.
We're at the Bills are only a 2.5 point favorite.
You know what? I'm gonna change my pick.
You going Jets?
I'm gonna go Jets.
I'm gonna stay Buffalo.
We're
All
gonna
right.
stay
Well, that
Buffalo.
settles.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Jets. Remember, I went. I'll change it later, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Jets. That's the only change I want to make, though.
that's not a bad. I mean, it's a division game, and they might be riding high from not having
Firing their
Robert Saleh.
coach
Yeah,
from fire their coach.
Could you see how what we did after we fired Matt Canada? Kenny Pickett threw for like 300 yards, and we was like, "Oh, here we go!" And then that
He's
never happened
ready.
again. Yeah,
Yep, and then that was the end of it.
yeah,
Yeah. Um. So you cooled down from y'all loss to the Cowboys.
a lot.
H- How do you feel the division will shape up? We ain't got to worry about the Browns because they're done.
Yeah,
They're done.
I
How do
think it's
you
just. I think it's gonna be between us.
you think the Bengals gonna be able to pull? Because they've been playing well. They just
Yeah,
hadn't won.
but that's the yeah. Well, so okay. So I can't remember what their schedule. I mean, what their record was to like this point of the season when they went to the Super Bowl. But I don't think they were that good.
Yeah.
Like I think
They
they
weren't
like.
they weren't 1-4 though. They
I
were
don't think they were
like
1-4.
I think
But
they were like they started out 0-2.
yeah, but they didn't really still didn't ever look that good like the whole season
Yeah.
until like they beat Kansas City at home, and then that was like they just couldn't stop losing from there. I mean, winning. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I
What year
mean
was that?
22 or 21. One of
I
those.
think it was 20. Might have been 22,
Yeah.
maybe.
It was one year Lamar wasn't playing. So I think it was 21 or 2. What's this? 24? Yeah. It might have been 22.
Somewhere around there.
Chiefs just won. Before the Chiefs, the Rams won. No,
And that's
Chiefs won because they were back-to-back champions. So before that, the Rams won and they played the Bengals. So that is
yeah.
2022. 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how you think it shapes up?
I think I agree with you. I think the Bengals are one loss away. If they go 1-5, I don't see how they're gonna climb out of the hole.
Mm-hmm.
However, they're gonna have to go on a run, like a straight 10-game run. They cannot lose 7 games.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, I think it's gonna be. Well, it can't be 22 because they lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. That's the year they beat y'all in the wild card, and I think that's when y'all had what's the name playing.
Oh, Snoop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe it's 23.
The Super Bowl in 23. Oh, that ain't right. That don't seem right. But yeah,
You think it'll
I,
be between the Steelers and the Ravens?
I do. I think a lot of the divisions will be very cloudy up until week 15,
It was
16.
2021.
But I don't think our division will be. I think it'll be a two-team race by week 10, which would be interesting because they're filming Hard Knocks
Right.
starting week 14. So
Yeah.
we shall see. This is what I'm gonna say is about our game this week. If the defense would just play like they got a damn pulse, this should be a
Easy.
pretty yes. It should be easy. It should be like the Bills game. It should
So
be simple.
I lost my thought. I think it was
Mhm.
about the division. Um yeah, I lost my thought.
It's
Don't
all
worry about it.
good.
Yeah. Getting old.
Well, Yeah, 45-ish, man. It happens. You got anything else you would like to add for tonight before we wrap up? We did about
Now, hopefully,
30 something minutes.
yeah, hopefully the Steelers come to play. They come out there and redeem themselves. Um, I don't know. You think Russell's ready to start?
Russell probably wants to play, but I don't know what he would add.
Yeah,
I don't know, like, I don't think he would do anything that would be, you know, so dynamic that it's necessary to bench Fields. And I do believe Mike Tomlin likes Fields.
but
And
He's not playing bad. He's missing
no,
some reads because he's still. I think people forget that he's still young. I mean, he's
yeah,
only 25. I
yeah,
mean, he's been in the league for 5 years, but he's only 25. I mean,
yeah,
so he gonna miss some reads. And, everybody don't come into the game like Patrick Mahomes. So he gonna miss some stuff, but it's all learning. So, but I think he looks a lot better than he did when he was in Chicago. So,
yes. And I think that's the most important part. He's growing. And I
yes,
think um no, I don't think y'all trying to throw the season away, like y'all gonna use it as a learning lesson. But I do think y'all want him to grow and learn as y'all are winning and as y'all are struggling through trying to navigate the offense.
yeah.
And as long as he don't make crucial mistakes, y'all damn Najee, y'all need a new running back. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Y'all need a new running back. And George
another
Pickens
receiver.
is insane. Something wrong with him. That boy is touched.
Did you see what he had on his eye black?
Yeah, what it say, kill?
Open. It said open effing always.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why write that on your eye black? And then he told the media today that he didn't know that he couldn't write stuff like that on his eye black. He didn't know he would get fined.
For having a curse word on his eye black.
Uh-huh. And they said, well, Cameron Haywood was fined for putting Ironhead on his eye black just to,
Honor
commemorate
his
his
dad.
his his father that passed away, and he got fined. And he was like, what year was that? And they was like 2015. He said, oh, I wasn't even in the league then. So no, I wouldn't know that I couldn't do that.
He knows.
I said, this boy is nuts.
Yeah, he's touched.
And
I
and
they
people
saying they
go
said
ahead,
that they said that Tomlin cut his snaps.
because he
Like,
was loafing.
yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
Tomlin said it was just load management. But
Yeah.
also in Tomlin's press conference, Tomlin, you know how usually if somebody asks a question about a player, like, hey, this and that, did you see it? What you think about, his antics? And Tomlin will be like, well, those are conversations between me and that player, and I'll leave that in house or whatever. Tomlin
Right.
didn't say that. Tomlin,
What
I
do you
think,
say?
I think Tomlin's over it. He was just like,
He,
yeah, I saw it. And we'll discuss, and I'll have further discussions with him about his behavior on and off the field. He
yeah.
didn't defend him.
I just don't know what why what he thinks he gains from the antics.
Yeah,
Because
I don't get it.
be, because if the Steelers get rid of you, you might get one more opportunity and that'll be it. And then your career is done. Then you
Yeah,
just
you
six
just
foot four for nothing. Like, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
like I just don't I
yeah,
don't get what he thinks he's gonna accomplish by showing everybody he has a terrible attitude.
yeah. Because it's just
And you
like,
ain't accomplished nothing.
yeah, because it's just like, it's like when you leave certain organizations that's in the NFL, teams are going, they respect those organizations to be like, well, if you couldn't keep yourself together there,
Then
I
you ain't gonna
definitely
make it.
ain't. I'm definitely not bringing you over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Yeah, I don't know. So hopefully he get it together. They get it together this week, and we'll see what happens.
Well, we'll see what happens with good old George Pickens and the Steelers. Personally, I kind of hope y'all lose, but
Of course.
um, I mean that's only because it would benefit Ravens, and I'm in that mode. I
Yeah, of
will
course.
say, however,
I was definitely.
every time you've picked the Ravens, we've lost.
I should have picked
And
y'all last week because I wanted y'all to lose so bad.
and when I saw you picking us this week, I thought I hope that he didn't jinx us
Yep.
because every time you picked us, we've lost.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's you got bad juju or or what's happening.
Yeah.
But
Hopefully.
yeah, I
Hopefully.
hope not.
I
We
hope
better
so.
not lose no damn Commanders. Lord
I
Jesus,
hope so.
Lamar would
Boy,
never hear the
man.
last of
Larry. I can't wait for Larry to come on the show.
I'm gonna hit up Nehemiah and ask him he want to put a small wager on the game. See if he wants to put a wager on the game.
Hit up Nehemiah, see if he want to join the show. He's
I'm going. I'm
he's
gonna
an he's an
have
expecting father.
yeah. I'm gonna have him come on. I'm gonna see if he'll come on next week and we talk about the Ravens and Commanders and how that went. See if he'll
Yeah.
come on.
Well, if he lost, I'm sure he wouldn't want to, and I'm sure if you
Well,
lose, I'm sure you wouldn't
I
want
ain't
to.
gonna even
Yeah,
bring
I
up the
know.
game.
I'm sure.
I
Yeah, so I'm not.
ain't
I
gonna
don't
say a
think that's
word.
gonna happen.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Um, any more thoughts before we close out the show?
No, man. I think that was. I think in that point, I think this is a wrap. I think we don't wrap this up. We did good.
All right. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and
Leave your comments. Comment,
leave your
people.
leave your
If
comments.
you made
And
it all the way to the end, appreciate you.
that's right. We appreciate our couchers, as Mike has fondly called you guys.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
So this has been another episode of Professional Couch Coaches. Please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe and hit that notification bell one time. And as always, peace.